All right, cool. It's 12:01. We're going to go ahead and get started with this. We've got a few people joining Zoom directly. We've got a few people viewing live directly. This video will be recorded. I'll post it on YouTube and I'll link to it from my website and of course from my Facebook profile. So today is going to be Social Media Bootcamp 102, Facebook Paid Ad Basics. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to create a property listing advertisement on Facebook, a lead generation ad on Facebook, start to finish, show you exactly kind of how we build it, how you target, a little bit of tips and tricks here for making the most of your ad. A lot of people ask me why I do this. Is because one, we do this for all of our referral partners. So I want you to see how many steps go into it, and it's not exactly easy. And two, the love-hate relationship between Facebook. I think that they make it a little bit harder than it should be to properly target your customers. And so it is my my little personal responsibility, I think, to share to everybody how you make money on Facebook and how you do it the right way. There's nothing worse than running an ad and spending $100 and getting nothing. This is part 2 of a 6-part Facebook social media marketing series. And I cannot stress enough how important the other classes are in terms of follow-up. You'll see that we have a full class schedule here. A full class schedule right here, right? Today's class is 102, Facebook Paid Ad Basics. Last week we went over some of the free and paid tools you can use to actually kind of enhance your social media marketing. Next week, we'll go over free or organic ads that you can run on Facebook. And then really the most important part is going to be Bootcamp 104, Lead Follow-Up and Lead Follow-Up Advanced. Anybody can generate leads on Facebook, but if you don't call them, if you don't text them, if you don't email them, if you don't use tools to your advantage to help automate it, chatbots and all that kind of stuff, not going to convert, right? So we're step 2 of 6, and let's get rolling with it. So to get started, to create a Facebook ad, you come up here and you go to this create button and you create an ad. If you watched last week's class, you will kind of know the difference between your personal profile, your page, and a group. And you have to run advertisements from a page. So hopefully that's already done. And if not, go back and watch last week's video. But here we are now creating an ad. When we come on here and create an advertisement, there's a lot of, let's cancel that off. When you come in here, there's a lot of different ads that you can run on Facebook, and it can be quite confusing for you if you don't really understand exactly what you're trying to get out of your ad. Most people that are in the real estate industry, myself included, run lead generation ads, although that's not to say that you can't do some good in your business with brand awareness or traffic ads as well. There's probably a whole class on each one of these different types of ads on Facebook and how to best use them. I've used traffic and lead generation myself. The message ads are okay if you have a chat bot, but I really like the lead generation ads because it gives you all their information. Lead generation means that you have a name, a phone number, an email. It means that you actually have someone's information that they're submitting to you. A traffic ad is going to be when you basically just have them click and they go to a website, they go to your Facebook page, they go somewhere else, wherever it might be. And that might be okay, but for what we're doing today, it's a lead generation ad. If you know me, I'm all about lead generation. We do about anywhere between 800 and 1,200 leads per month on Facebook. Our goal is a 1% conversion rate. Hopefully, that's for the realtor. For me, it's a little bit lower because people get pre-approvals from other places and sometimes a little bit more competitive with new home construction, things of that nature. But lots of business to be generated on Facebook for a low cost if you do it the right way, and that's what we're doing right now. So we clicked on the lead generation, and we're going to come down here. We're going to name it. This ad that we're running right now is going to be for Alexis Hughes. I'm actually going to create a real ad for you in real time. So it's not like a dummy ad, like this is a real one. We're going to promote 8192 Thornton Street, which is Alexis's latest listing. And you want to be very specific with how you name things in here because I've learned the hard way that if you don't do that, you get stuck trying to figure out which ads are which, and it's a little tough. So the campaign name, very specific, Alexis Hughes with the address. We're going to not do a daily budget. We're going to do a lifetime budget, and I'll show you why in a second why we do that. A lifetime budget of $100, and we're going to run this ad for 1 month. Our bid strategy is going to be lowest cost. There's cost cap, bid cap, target cost. None of these really make any sense. I've tried a whole bunch of them. Lowest cost is what works the best. We're going to click the advanced settings button because we are going to run the ads on a schedule. If you run the ads all of the time, then you're going to have ads running at 2 o'clock in the morning. Someone's going to submit their information, and if you have lead generation follow-up automatically assigned, they're going to get a text message, an email, and a voicemail at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you don't want that. So we're going to run them on a schedule. That's important. If you have a pen and paper, I would write down advanced options, lifetime budget, run ads on a schedule. That's going to be cost-cutting tip number 1. So we have up here again the ad set name, because that was the campaign. Within a campaign, you have an ad set, and then after that, we actually have the actual ad. I like to name all of my campaign, ad set, and ads the exact same thing. I'm not that advanced yet where I've got a campaign with multiple ads underneath it. Not just yet. We're working on it though. After you put the ad set name in here, you come to the page, and this is where it's on. You have to have a business page up and running to host your ad to that page, or maybe from that page. So I have a lot of pages that I manage personally, but we use the Greater Charlotte Real Estate Network for all of my advertisements here in the Greater Charlotte area. And if you haven't done it already, a lot of people get stuck on this. If you have not viewed the Facebook lead ads terms and conditions, you have to click the terms and conditions and click I agree. If it doesn't say green up here, you're in trouble, all right? You will not be able to publish an ad unless you have accepted their terms and conditions. So make sure that you do that. If you have a pen and paper, write that down. Accept the terms and conditions from your Facebook page if you have not done so just yet. All right, let's just check, make sure I don't have any messages or anybody messing with me. Nope, we're good. Okay, good. All right, let's go back to our ad. And now we're going to come to a very, very critically important part of the Facebook ad portion, which is we are going to create our custom audience or our demographic targeting. Before I get into the targeting demographics, what I do every single time is I have custom audiences that I've created, and I come in here and I want to exclude my audiences. And if you do a lot of advertisements and you don't want people who clicked your first ad to click your second ad, then you can come in there, create a custom audience, and basically create a list of people who have either clicked or even submitted their information on your Facebook ad. In January, I had about 20 ads up and running, and I had about a quarter of my leads were duplicates because they were clicking on one ad and then clicking on another ad for Lord knows what reason. So anyways, I come in here and I exclude excuse me, all of my previous ads. I don't need these ones from a long time ago, but I usually just click them anyways. It just makes me feel good just to kind of make sure that everybody who has been on a form, or submitted a form or been on one of my prior ads, that they're not clicking on my current ads. So if you do a lot of ads, pen and paper, write this down. If you do a lot of ads, you want to remove people from clicking on a first ad and then clicking on a second ad. And you do that by creating a custom audience and then excluding them from your next advertisement. We can talk about custom audiences later. There's probably a whole other class on that. This is paid ad basics. Maybe we'll do a paid ad advanced. Anyways, let's continue going on with our demographic targeting. So since we are doing a listing ad, and as realtors and as lenders, we know that most people purchase a home within 5 to 10 miles of where they currently live. We are going to target people who currently live in this location. And what location is that? Well, it's actually going to be the address that we're promoting. So we're promoting 8192 Thornton Street. So we're going to post in there 8192 Thornton Street. Oh, and look, it works just like that. It's pretty easy. So that's a nice big geographic area. I don't know if that maybe might be a little bit too big for a locus. We'll probably just kind of maybe dial it down just a little bit, maybe get rid of Concord, get rid of Harrisburg out here. But look, we have a nice circle and we're using the actual address that we're promoting as the circle around it. So we'll keep that there. And it's very important. If you have pen and paper, cost cutting tip number 2, people who live in this location, maybe 3, I don't know where we are yet. 3, people who live in this location. And if you do a monster radius and you, let's say, do 50 miles from here, I just want to get everybody. That's about the best way to get crappy leads. So let's make it intentional. Let's be smart about it. Let's go in there and do 5 to 10 miles. I think for this one, it makes sense to do 8, because people who live in Concord and Harrisburg probably aren't going to be looking at a house in Locust. Maybe, who knows? We can always come back and adjust it, but let's start there. All right, age 18 to 65. Age is a protected class. Let's not discriminate against people. My youngest homeowner that I've ever done, it was 19 years old, pretty good. So let's not discriminate. Let's keep it all the way, men and women. Languages, my personal preference is to do English because I do not speak Spanish. If you were a Spanish-speaking realtor, boom, put Spanish in there. But I personally don't speak Spanish. I should speak Spanish. I would like to hire a Spanish-speaking loan officer in the near future. So if you know somebody looking, please send them my way. We are looking to grow the Conrad team here at Rapid Mortgage. Anyways, let's go back to our detailed targeting. So let's find people who want to buy a house. What's the first thing people do when they want to buy a house? They go on Zillow. It's the nature of the beast, and we, got to play by their rules a little bit. So we clicked on Zillow as an interest. All I did was type it here into the demographics, interest, or behaviors toolbar. Now that we have Zillow in here, I don't need to, I could type in Redfin and Trulia, and I could do all that stuff myself, or I could very easily click the suggestions tab and just start clicking. Suggestions, Trulia, Redfin, house hunting, mortgage loans, first-time home buyer, new house, mortgage calculator, pre-qualification, Quicken Loans. That looks like about it. Lending Tree, I will keep that one away. Real estate, that's kind of a broad term. Homes.com, let's grab that one. Credit Karma, nope. Different individual houses, nope. What's important to notate on here is the very far bottom right where it says the size of that interest and kind of how it works. People who have expressed an interest in or like pages relating to Lending Tree. It's sort of loosey-goosey, and I think that they do that on purpose. But the way that this works here is that people who have one of these interests are going to be included into your targeting, right? It's not that they have to like all of these, they like one of them. So if you think of an and or statement, it's not first-time home buyer and homes.com and house hunting. It's first-time home buyer or homes.com or house hunting or mortgage calculator. When I'm doing mortgage-related ads, I usually don't pick the real estate ones. I just do like mortgage calculator and pre-qualification and Quicken. One or the other. If you wanted to get a little bit fancy, you could narrow the audience and create an and. So one of these, and they like Zillow, or and they have a parent of young children. It's a great way to narrow down your audience. It's also a great way to overly narrow down your audience and to make sure that nobody sees your ad at all and they have a high ad cost. So I would like to keep it kind of generic here because what I'm doing with my Facebook ads, I'm casting sort of a wide net. I'd rather get more people and be able to funnel them out, myself through text messaging or through phone calls, and instead of being like overly aggressive with the Facebook. But cost-cutting tip number 4, if you have a pen and paper, write this down. You need to exclude people. The biggest thing that realtors miss, and lenders too, to be fair, the biggest thing that people in our industry miss is that they do not exclude people, right? Exclude people who have the job title of a realtor. Job title, realtor. Job title, real estate broker. Job title, mortgage loan officer. Mortgage loan originator. Mortgage loan processor, and let's get that coveted mortgage broker, right? I think there's real estate. I think there's another one in here that we can hit. Real estate broker. I'm not sure why it works like that, but we want to exclude other industry professionals from looking at our advertisements, not because we want to hide our ads or because anything's sneaky. It's because that's a wasted, touch. There's no reason that a realtor should be clicking on another realtor's Facebook ads unless they want to kind of look at what they're doing. But that's a good way to waste money by showing people ads who you don't want to target. So We can go ahead and exclude people by job title. We can go that way. And some of our, maybe on our Facebook advanced one, I'll talk about how you can use job title to target people that you want to promote for, maybe like veterans or maybe for like first responders. Job title is a great way to do that too. Anyway, so that's targeting 101, right? So targeting 101, people who live in the area, a small circle around the address that we're going to promote. No age change, because let's not discriminate against age. It's protected class. Same thing for men and women. English, because I don't speak Spanish or other languages. And then the detailed targeting, I put the word Zillow in here. I hit the suggestions button, clicked all the suggested, interests that I thought were prudent to what I'm doing. And then most importantly, I exclude other industry professionals from looking at my advertisements. This right here is critical. Please make sure and do that. A great way for me to actually reach out to realtors as a lender partner who does Facebook advertising is when I see an ad on my Facebook wall from a realtor. I see that, I click on it, I say, hey, you are running Facebook ads. You did not exclude me. I'm a loan partner. Actually, you know what? Look at that. Let's see if that pops up. It doesn't have it on there. A mortgage loan partner, a mortgage loan originator, something like that. I have that on my profile, and I'm seeing your ads. Let me show you how I, do some things to make my ads better. Anyways. A lot of people click expand interest when it lowers your cost per lead. No, thank you, because I would like to manage my cost per lead myself. Add connection type, people who like your page. This is a great way to target people. However, this is all related to the page that the ad is being run from. And if you're anything like me, my page has very little support. My personal profile, this is wrong, but the personal profile is used way more than my page. And so if you have a page with a huge following, man, I would milk that. However, that's not an option for me. Let's keep on going. Placements. If you have a pen and paper, cost-cutting tip number 5, edit placements on here. When you edit placements, it means that you change where your ad shows up on the Facebook and Instagram platform, because remember, Instagram is owned by Facebook. And by default, you're going to be on the Facebook newsfeed, instant articles, the marketplace stories, and on Instagram. Well, off the bat, if you're not optimizing your ad for Instagram, that's a wasted dollar. I promise you, it's totally wasted. Get rid of it. My personal preference is that I don't really want any of this. I want someone who's just scrolling through their Facebook feed. So I usually lead just Facebook feed. Sometimes I'll do marketplace. Stories, I think, is a huge waste of money. Who's going to click an ad from stories? But also look at that. If you look at my screen right now, stories is a vertical ad, completely vertical. The entire page is up. That's different than what you're going to be running on a news feed ad. It's going to look a little bit different. So keep in mind that your advertisement should match the placement on Facebook. So cost-cutting tip number 6, unless your ad is optimized for Facebook, optimized for marketplace, optimized for stories, just do the Facebook news feed. Okay, keep on going down here. Cost-cutting tip number 7, write this down. Specific mobile devices and operating systems. We don't want to get rid of people who use Android, even though that they're weird and everyone knows that iOS is better. Just kidding. Only when connected to Wi-Fi. And this one's more of like an intangible type thing. If you're sitting there in traffic scrolling through Facebook, and I'm not saying that people should do that, but the people do that, the likelihood of them, on their lunch break, walking around or sitting at a park bench or something, or sitting there eating lunch at work, the odds of them scrolling through their Facebook news feed and seeing your ad and saying, oh yeah, I want to go do this, probably slim to none, right? So a great way to kind of lower your cost per lead is to get mobile devices only when they're connected to Wi-Fi. That means they're probably in some sort of comfortable environment, probably have a little bit more time on their hands, probably being a little bit more intentional with how they're scrolling through Facebook. And that's another way to lower your cost per lead. So we're at 7 things now. If you look down, if you have a piece of paper and you're writing things down, you should have 7 things now that you can do to lower your cost per lead. All right, so this is the last thing on this page, and this is going to be your budget and schedule. So remember we set a schedule. I'm going to start this ad at 1 p.m. today. It's 12:20 right now, and so we're going to start this ad at 1 p.m. today, and I'm going to run this ad through the calendar month of May. that's just the way I like to do things, because sometimes I like to manage it as like chunks of time. Another kind of intangible portion of all this, part of all this is that when you do a lifetime budget, Facebook is saying, okay, well, $8 here, $3 here, $7 here. If you do a daily budget and you only want to run it for $3 a day, that means that your bidding is going to be lower than other advertisements for that day. And you're going to be at a disadvantage. I personally think that you have a better output, better performance if you are doing a lifetime budget, letting Facebook kind of manage your budget for you from a day-to-day perspective, as opposed to limiting Facebook to $3 a day or $5 a day or whatever it might be. I've had ads run at $50 per day. I've had ads run at $500 per month. It's a kind of a hit and miss sometimes with how it kind of works. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. But I personally feel most comfortable using the lifetime budget feature, which is what we set in the very beginning. So we're setting this at 1 p.m. We're going to end it at the last day of May. If I want to put it for another month, I'll put it for another month, put it for another week, I'll put it for another week. And when this, by doing lifetime budget, you now, well, let's go back real quick. Lead generation, we said lifetime budget of $100, and then we clicked the advanced settings button and we said ad scheduling, run ads on a schedule. Here's why. If we go back to our budget and scheduling portion, we can now set the schedule for when an ad runs. And I don't know if you're like me, but if you're scrolling Facebook at 11:30 at night, you're probably not going to be looking at real estate as a real buyer. So let's go ahead and pick the times and days that we want to run our ad. Maybe Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Maybe Friday from 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or maybe every day of the week from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I'm on the bottom, I'm just dragging along and kind of bringing here. Someone who's looking at their phone at 10 o'clock at night, that's not like they're like a bad person, or like they're not a real buyer, but I don't want to respond to them and to text them at 10 p.m. at night. I want to keep my engagements personally from 7 a.m. or maybe even 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night. I don't want to be texting people at night. I can't even tell you how many people, in the beginning, when I first started doing all this, would get an automatic text message at 2:30 in the morning and be upset and weirded out. And then they wouldn't be responded to because I'm asleep, obviously, and it's a bad experience for everybody. So cost cutting number 8, write this down, run ads on a schedule. Do not text people at night. Do not text them at 3 o'clock in the morning. Run your ads when you're available to take your ads. If you're, part-time realtor and you're only available from 11 to 2 and then from 6 to 9 p.m., then schedule your ads to run at that point in time. When an ad comes in, call them. If you're at work and unavailable and an ad comes in or a lead comes in, that's not a good experience for them. Okay, so now that we actually have all this, all the demographic stuff done, all the scheduling and budget stuff done, all that great stuff done, let's actually go ahead and create the ad. So ad name, again, the same exact ad. It's being run from the Greater Charlotte Real Estate Network. It's going to ask me to add Instagram placement. No, thank you. And here it comes to actually building your ad. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it, a single image or a video, or you can do like a carousel, which is when the images kind of scroll. My personal opinion is that a single image, but make it an image that is kind of like a compilation or a collage, I guess probably a better word. So your people can see everything without having to scroll, without having really to do anything. You want to make it as easy as possible for someone to click through on your ad. And so that's what we're going to do right now. If you watched last week's class, you know that I like to use Canva. I came into here and I created this little collage using Canva. I downloaded it and saved it to a spot where I save all my stuff. So I recommend being very organized. Rapid Mortgage, Canva Pics, Facebook Property Ads, 8192 Thornton Street. I took these individual pictures that you can see on my screen right now, and I cropped them into, I used Canva to create a collage, and it looks like that. From experience in doing with this, if your pictures are doo-doo, if they suck, your ad's not going to perform. If you have crappy pictures, if you have distorted pictures, if you have pictures that aren't clear, if you have pictures that don't have good lighting, if they don't catch your attention, nobody's going to click your ad. I have learned that very painfully, where I want to run an ad so bad for a realtor, that I'll just do whatever they have. and they might have had a customer who took their own pictures, or they might have had, it might have been cloudy when they took the pictures and they're real dark. It's tough. Word to the wise as you're doing this, people like front pictures, they like yards, they like kitchens, they like bathrooms. So if you have a nice kitchen, a nice backyard, nice bathroom, definitely add that. If I go back to some of the pictures that I've used for other properties, that holds true. I mean, look at this perfect one, right? A nice front picture, kitchen, bathroom, backyard. This ad performed very, 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 very well. I still use this picture in some of my other ads because it's such a great picture, and this is, what people like. So give the people what they want, give them good pictures. If you don't use good pictures, reiterate this again, your ads aren't going to perform well. So anyways, I have this picture already downloaded, so let's go back to our ad manager, single picture, and we're going to go ahead and load this picture right now. So, once we click single image or video, not carousel, we're going to slide on down here and we're going to click upload images. So 8192 Thornton Street, here's our beautiful little collage that we've already created. Let's go ahead and upload, come on baby. And there we go. Now, you don't have to do this, but let's just make sure that we're being, real intentional here. The initial cropping here is a square 1x1, but we want the horizontal cropping. Even though it will automatically pick that for you, let's just be intentional. Let's do it for them. Let's leave nothing up to interpretation by the Facebook overlords. So we've now picked our picture. Let's go ahead and create our advertisement. So on the left side over here, you have text, display link, headline, and newsfeed link description, and then the call to action button. With all of that, I don't always put everything, I don't usually fill all of these in, but I save, if you watch my other videos, I use Evernote. So I save all this information in Evernote. So in the text right here, hot new listing, I use lots of emojis because people like that stuff. So we'll do hot new listing in Mint Hill, although this is in Locust, North Carolina. So hot new listing in Locust. This specific house is 2,099 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Let's see, what is this thing? It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,099 square feet. And it has a 2-car garage. So let's go back to our advertisement. We have a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. We'll just put a 3-bath in there, 2-car garage. Click learn more for all property details. So look at this though, on the image preview on the right. It's nice and tight, right? 3 lines of information here, and it looks clean, it looks nice. The longer your ad, the greater chance that no one's gonna read it, no one's gonna click on it. This is how you want your ad to look. All 3 pictures show up nice and clean right here. It's just a nice clean advertisement. So we'll come in here again, and we like to put the address and the dollar amount in the headline. Boom. So the headline is, we'll update this, 8192 Thornton Street. And that's Locust, North Carolina. The house is currently being listed for $219,000, and I spelled Thornton wrong because I can't spell. $219,000. So let's look at this real quick and see what this new ad preview looks like. Pretty good. 8192 Thornton Street, Locust, North Carolina, $219,000. It looks pretty good. So remember though, in our text up here, we say click learn more. That refers to the call to action, which is the button. Sign up. Well, we're not going to sign up for anything. We're going to learn more. Learn more is a wider button, and it looks a little bit different now. So now that I have like a break right here in terms of where my personal preference right here, where I've got North Carolina, then the price, I might remove out that $sign and see if I can make it look a little neater. No, that didn't really do the trick. So let's put that back in there. And let's bring in the zip code 28097. How's that look? Personal preference, but we all want our ads to look well, look nice. So you know what, that looks pretty good. I'm okay with that. I think that's really nice. All of these emojis are available on Facebook. I recommend going to emojipedia.org. If you looked at my other videos, you'll hopefully be already, whoops, can't type. Emojipedia.org, come in here, search fire. And you can copy and paste it into your ad. Let me just take a quick little break just for 1 second, you guys. All right, just a quick little break and get a little bit of water here. A little warm in the office too, but it's okay. So here we are now with a beautiful looking ad. It's not that difficult. You can do an ad preview of a desktop view, of a mobile preview. Newsflash, your mobile previews are going to be very important because almost everybody uses their mobile phone. And we have a call to action, learn more. I don't use display link. I don't use any of this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm sure you can play with it. Just make your ad look good. Don't make your ad sloppy. Don't put a boatload of text on there. Don't do anything that you wouldn't want to see yourself. So if I come into my little Canva pics area and I look at some of the pictures that I've done, let's see if I come back in here. Here's my veteran ad. U.S. veteran, take my pre-approval quiz. Nice and clean, easy. I use Canva for that. Some of my generic ads on here. You know, I mean, look, I mean, I don't change things up. This is for Columbia. I don't change things up. It's simple. You're going to be targeting different areas of where people live. And you're just going to want to look at people and see, like, what do I like? So here's a good example of a hot home ad. This is a different type of advertisement, but look how much text I have on there. You know, learning curve, we slashed out most of that text, but there's no reason to have all that text on there. It all fit in one image, on your phone. It all fit on your phone in one view. So that's kind of why it actually worked pretty well. But we made that so much cleaner, so much tighter. And what happened? We got more leads. People responded better. So, excuse me. So let's go ahead and continue finishing up our advertisement, right? I won't go into pixels right now because pixels are important and I do use them, but let's not go into that right now. It's a little bit more than I want to go into. But let's go ahead and create a form. So when someone clicks learn more, what happens? It's a chance for us to go ahead and take all of their information and steal it for ourselves. This one specifically is going to be a listing ad, right? It's promoting a new listing, and we want people to give us their information so we can call them and say, hey, do you like the house? But we also want them to give us the information of whether or not they would like to schedule a private showing. People think that people don't want to be cutting to people from the internet and all that, but if you put on there, I want a private showing, say, okay, great. Well, let's get you that private showing. So let's go ahead and create a new form. What do you think I'm going to name it? Boom. I want everything to match. I don't want to have any interpretation of what's what and anything like that, really and truly. So when I come in here, you have form type, more volume or higher intent. I don't understand this at all. Add a review step to give people a chance to confirm their info. No, that's another chance for someone to click away. No, thank you at all. You can change on here, like, a little intro and all that, but really, I don't think you need to do all that. So I don't change the form type. I don't change the intro. I just go right into the questions. I'm very, very, very intentional with what I put in here. I want someone's first name, I want someone's phone number, and I want their email address. So first things first, this all auto-populates from Facebook, and most people have the right info on Facebook. I don't personally. I have Testy McTesty, like test. I do that for my way of testing my own ads out, but almost everybody has the right information on here. And what's nice is because that way you're not kind of bothering them to put all their information and type it all in. It all auto-populates. It's very important. A lot of things on here don't auto-populate. And honestly, I do not understand why you would ask someone if they're male or female or if they're military status. I really just don't get it. anyways, add a custom question. I would like to have my a very, very simple multiple choice question. Would you like to schedule a private showing? Answers, real simple, yes or no. I typed it in and just hit the enter button, real simple. Sometimes I think people also like to ask the question, are you working with a realtor? But everyone says yes. Are you pre-approved? Everyone says yes. They're truly not. I like to keep it as simple as possible. The reason I like to say, do you want to schedule a private showing? Is because it gives the realtor or myself a reason to call this lead and to talk to them. Everything that I'm doing isn't, I don't want all the information right now. I just want a reason to talk to somebody. And I know that if they talk to me, then I can get them to get pre-approved. I know I can get them over to the realtor. I know that I can convert and win that deal. But if I ask them all these questions and they're like, ugh, screw this, I don't want you to bother me. Yeah, so anyways, the multiple choice question is a nice little drop down, yes or no. It's very, very easy to do. It's easy to do on mobile. So you also have to go on here and put in a privacy policy. I work for a company called Rapid Mortgage Company. We are the bomb, and we have awesome rates, and you get to work with yours truly and my entire team, especially Amy and David. They are incredible. Here's our privacy policy about what we do with your information and how we sell it. And I adhere to our privacy policy. So I go ahead and copy and paste the link to my privacy policy, and I put a thank you screen on here. So the final part of the form, and we're getting close on time, a thank you screen, headline, thanks, you're all set. Your information has been sent to the Greater Charlotte Real Estate Network. Tap below to visit the Greater Charlotte Real Estate Network. No, thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. What would we want to put in here? Your information has been submitted. If you selected a private showing, the listing agent will be reaching out to you directly to get that scheduled. Please click the blue button below to see all property details, pictures, and what else is on here? What do we have on here? We've got pictures, we have a virtual tour, and nearby attractions. How about that? So we'll come on here, say get property details, pictures, virtual tour, and nearby attractions. Okay. The button type, we have a whole bunch of different buttons, view website, download, and call business. We leave the view website button. Button text here, show me the listing, exclamation marks. We want to be fun. And we're going to go ahead and send them over to our listing booster landing page, which is a dedicated property website that I offer for all my referral partners. And we will link them directly to that page. So they'll be sent to this page where they can look at all the information. They'll see the listing agent, Alexis, and her very nice headshots. They'll see my ugly mug here with all my information, with the Conrad Advantage, a couple of things here that they can put in some information for financing, see pictures, virtual tour, look at the map, all that great stuff. Listing Booster is very cool. If you want to hear more information about it, be happy to walk you through it. They also have print flyers, open house flyers, all this awesome stuff that's part of Listing Booster. Super cool, all basically automatic. So anyways, that's for a different call. But look, we're all set. We've created a Facebook form. How cool is that? So before we go ahead and get our ad live, let's just review it one more time, right? We went ahead and clicked a lead generation ad. So we want to generate leads from Facebook paid advertisements. We named the ad something that we're going to copy and replicate for not just the campaign, but for the ad set and the ad. We set a lifetime budget of $100. We clicked the advanced options button so that we could see that we could run our ads on a schedule. We came over here, we accepted the terms and conditions for the Facebook page that we're running the ad from. We excluded people who have engaged with our prior advertisements. That's very important. We focused on people who live in this location. We're using the property address itself as kind of like the pin on the map. We do not discriminate on age and gender, so we give it to everybody. We focus on Zillow as like our main interest, and then related things over here. We exclude other industry professionals to lower our cost per lead. We edit the placements so that we don't have our ad running in places that it's not optimized to run in. Specifically Instagram and stories, marketplace, Insta articles and feeds I think is okay, but I prefer just the regular Facebook feed. When someone is on their mobile device, we want them connected to Wi-Fi because they'll be more intentional and more likely to give us their information. We schedule our ads to start and end at a certain time. We schedule our ads to run at a certain start and end date or end time during the day. It's very, very, very important. When creating an advertisement itself, we used a single image, but the image that we used was a collage that showed 3 or 4 pictures of the house without them having to scroll through or watch a video or anything. It's very, very, very quick. When making your picture through Canva or whatever image editing tool you want to use, focus on the front of the house, the back of the house, kitchen, bathrooms. Those are the main areas you want to focus on, and that's what you're going to get the most traction with customers. When creating an ad, keep it short, keep it tight. Use emojis where possible to make it more fun, more engaging. Make sure the headline has the address and the purchase price, because if you have a high purchase price, you don't want people clicking through that are $100,000 purchase price, and they're clicking on a $500,000 house. Sometimes it works against your advantage if you have a high price point and they're really interested. But you just remember that the more information here, the better, but let's be intentional about what we put in here. When you create a Facebook lead form, you want to ask their first name, phone number, and email, because that auto-populates, and it's very important and very easy. But I like to put something in here. Would you like to schedule a private showing, yes or no? And it's not because this person even knows what they're probably doing. It just gives you a reason to call someone and say, hey, you said you don't want to schedule a private showing. Do you want to see a different home? Or, hey, you said you do want to see a private showing. Let's go look at that house. Have you been pre-approved? I have an awesome lender named Alec from Rapid Mortgage Company that wants to pre-approve you so you can go look at houses. It's really that easy. But being intentional and making advertisements that actually look good, that fit on one phone screen, that allow you to kind of follow up with the lead in a very intentional way. Calling someone and being awkward on the phone is the best way to never get a person to convert and want to talk to you ever again. But following up in a very intentional and very timely manner is super important. And we'll go into that on some of the later, some of our later videos. So just to kind of recap, that's how you create a Facebook ad. By the way, I didn't do this yet. We need to confirm the ad. And it will publish soon. So it's publishing the campaign, the ad set, and the ad, which is why it says publishing 3 of 3. It might take a little while for it to keep on going, but we'll let it kind of go the way it'll be published, I should say, in the near future. It won't always publish immediately. It goes through a Facebook ad review. But that is how you create a Facebook ad basic. I call that the Zillow killer ad. For $100, we'll get 30 to 50 leads. 1 or 2 of them actually might be like real buyers looking for a house right now. And if you're intentional, if you're timely, if you do a good job following up, they'll be your lead. You'll convert them into a customer. That's kind of where we are for today. It's real simple. There's a lot of steps to it, and there's a lot of things that you can do to make your ad perform better. If you were taking notes, you should have 7 or 8 things that you will or can do for your next Facebook ad to lower your cost per lead, to make your ad just better in general. And make sure that you chime in next week, same time, 12 o'clock Wednesday, and we'll go over kind of the next step, the next kind of way we're gonna generate leads on Facebook. So last week was Technology 101. This week is Facebook paid ads. Next week's going to be organic marketing on Facebook. That's free ads or free leads off of Facebook. Real awesome. And then it is so important, the follow-up. 2 classes, basic and advanced follow-up. If you don't follow up your leads, it's not going to work. Whenever I do my Facebook advertising, I do a lot of the heavy lifting for the technology and the automation, but the realtor is the face of the follow-up, and that's very, very intentional, because no one wants to, talk about money and talk about the loan and all that. They want to talk about the house. And once we build that relationship with the realtor, and then I'm sort of in the background, we can kind of, 1, 2, 3, tag this person and get them closed. So that's all I've got for today. I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch the video. Check out my other videos that we have about social media marketing, and we'll see you next week. All right, thanks everyone. Have a good day.